National Archives and Records Administration, NARA, locations have microfilm on the Indian rolls and also other materials. These World War I draft registration cards from the NARA Atlanta branch special collection show two Smizer brothers in 191, Garnett and Ira Smizer. Garnett listed Caucasian and his older brother is listed as Indian for race, but both are described as having red hair and blue eyes. Archaeological evidence of a white race. Pre-Columbian sculptures at Izapan, Chiapas, Mexico, as well as wall paintings at Chichen Itza, Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico, show fair-skinned, bearded, yellow-haired figures that depict a series of relating episodes concerning a fair-skinned people with flowing yellow hair, defeated in battle and subsequently sacrificed by conventionally equipped black-skinned warriors. Kennedy, Op Site, page 74. Modern studies have established that these white founders who taught civilization skills were intellectual giants, architectural and scientific wizards who excelled in art, sculpture, pyramid building, mummification, astronomy, calendars, and road building. Years ago, scientists had said that no such white race ever introduced that kind of knowledge or skills to the indigenous people. Their skills simply evolved to that level. However, they now sing a different tune. Excavations from Mexico to Peru show that wherever high culture flourished, it was never due to evolution. No trace of gradual evolution from primitive society to civilization has been discovered anywhere within the New World. Wherever archaeologists have dug, they have found that civilization begins at a peak and shows a decline rather than progress through the centuries leading to the arrival of the first Europeans. Underlining mine. The Book of Mormon connection to the white race. According to the book, Lehi's family claimed to be white, as can be seen in this passage where Nephi relates a vision of the future about the eventful colonization of America. And I beheld the Spirit of the Lord, that it was upon the Gentiles, and they did prosper and obtain the land for their inheritance. And I beheld that they were white and exceedingly fair and beautiful, like unto my people, before they were slain. 1 Nephi 13:15, underlining mine. See endnote number 4 regarding the skin color controversy of the Hebrews. And he had caused the cursing to come upon them, yea, even a sore cursing, because of their iniquity. For behold, they had hardened their hearts against him, that they had become like unto a flint, wherefore as they were white and exceedingly fair and delightsome, that they might not be enticing unto my people, the Lord God did cause a skin of blackness to come upon them. 2 Nephi 5:21. And their curse was taken from them, and their skin became white like unto the Nephites. 3 Nephi 2:15. See LDS Church's change of white in this endnote. Mormons believe that the white Nephites and the white Jaredites were the first settlers because the Book of Mormon does not mention that any dark-skinned indigenous people were already on the continent when they arrived. Some Mormons claim that the Jaredites were black, descendants of Ham. See the Black Mormon homepage at Who came to the Americas first? The white or dark-skinned people. Archaeology has already established that the dark-skinned Aborigines resided in the Americas thousands of years before any pre-Columbian white race ever came to the continent. Mormon apologists, now conceding to this possibility, excuse the Book of Mormon by saying that just because it doesn't mention any does not mean they weren't here. Apologist BYU professor of anthropology and sociology, John L. Sorensen, now admits that there were probably other people on the continent, stating that the previous assumption that there were not is because readers fail to observe what is implied. To back his statement up, he says that the Book of Mormon says they ate corn, maize, and since maize is a Native American plant, Lehi could not have brought it with him from Jerusalem. He concludes that this indicates others were there who showed them how to cultivate it. The archaeological evidence has influenced church leaders to accept that other people were here before the Nephites landed. As a result, they changed one word in the introduction page on the Book of Mormon. Original. After thousands of years, all were destroyed except the Lamanites, and they are the principal ancestors of the American Indians. Revision. After thousands of years, all were destroyed except the Lamanites, and they are among the ancestors of the American Indians. Does the date of the Mayan culture coincide with the Book of Mormon? Farnsworth was determined to make a connection to the pre-Columbian cultures of Mesoamerica, especially to the Mayan culture. While the time periods do not match, he chose it because Mormon scholars at the time did. Why? Because the Mayan people were literate and culturally sophisticated. They certainly would not want to claim a backward society for the Book of Mormon people. One should be able to see that the date of the Nephites' arrival in 601 BC, their extermination in 421 AD, and the continuance of the Lamanites from AD 421 on, called Indians, can't possibly coincide with the Mayan culture that started in circa 2000 BC. Farnsworth determined to make them match, used the mostly abandoned spin-in correlation of the Mayan calendar instead of the good man Martinez Thompson saying it was found to be more to my purpose. So intent was he to prove the Book of Mormon and link to the Mayans that he also transposed the dates of the archaic pre-Maya period, 2000 BC to 300 AD, with the Maya's classic period, 300 AD and 1000 AD, and also their final period, 1000 AD to the Spanish conquest, all of which help him prove an erroneous timeline correlation to the Book of Mormon people. For new archaeological findings on the origins of the Maya civilization, see What do Mormon scholars say about Farnsworth's book? LDS scholars immediately detected Farnsworth errors. Bruce W. Warren, BYU professor at archaeology, commented, "By calling the classic archaic and the archaic the classic, and having Maya come later than the Maya, Farnsworth is able to quote enough authorities without correcting his chaotic terminology to attribute any feature to any time. Thus we learn that Jaredites, who according to the Book of Mormon arrived in the New World at the time of the Tower of Babel, circa 2200 BC, were at Chichen Itza, actually the ruined state, after 900 AD, while Tikal, a classic Maya site, 300 through 950 AD, is termed the oldest city in Central America, and Vila, 900 to 1200 AD, according to excavations, is said to be in harmony with Central America's golden age of the Mayas. These are a sample of the many statements which no responsible American archaeologist could support. The areas of dating in Peru, the eastern United States, and the southwest are equally incredible. Italics and only brackets are mine, parentheses with dates are Warren's, cited. What do other Mormon scholars say about Farnsworth's book? With the exception of Warren, one would have expected high praise because of the prevalent belief in the church about the Mesoamerican location. But John L. Sorensen, besides lumping Farnsworth's book with others in the LDS book market that he calls swashbuckling, says it contains naive use of sources, logical inconsistencies, cut and paste quotations, and that such a project required two prerequisites below, of which Farnsworth lacked: a thorough systematic knowledge of the Book of Mormon and an equally thorough systematic knowledge of American archaeology. Unfortunately, Farnsworth displays serious deficiencies in both fields. We'll continue in the next part.